was kind of awesome.
We're almost ready to start gameplay. There's just a couple of more things we need to go through first.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The travel book is back. We got our mission objectives. And the skill page is back from the original game, including those animations that we liked so much.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Sprinting is back. You get it from the start. It's not quite as useful, though. Doesn't have as much of a range on it.
Is it just me, or do those animations look clearer, too?
Yeah, they did something to it. I think it's also because of the quality of the page as well.
Yeah.
So you have the dodge, the stomp, and returning from Mirror of Fate, you also have the ability to block and dodge in midair.
Always handy.
All right, so first of all, instead of the combat cross, we have the Shadow Whip, which I would like to point out is manifested from Dracula's own blood.
So, yes, we are Blood Bayonetta.
Yes, very much so. Blood is a recurring theme in this game.
I mean, to be fair, it is a reoccurring thing with Castlevania in general, and I know Iga explained it away as him just being fascinated by blood, but...
They really pile on the blood motif in this game, like a lot. So I did say before that there were going to be a couple of changes and other things that I was going to make in the game options. So first of all, there's a play without QTEs option, which I'm going to turn on, and counterintuitively, it is actually going to make the game harder.
Okay.
I'm going to explain why in a little bit. There's also this hints option, which I'm going to turn off. You would think that hints would be things like, puzzle hints or things like that. But no, they're these really annoying pop-ups that show up. Things like, oh, every time you get the ability to unlock a new move, it will tell you constantly, oh, you can unlock this new move. Oh, you can constantly, get this new piece of concept art.
Oh,
that's the kind of
tooltips.
things yeah, every tooltip.
Gabriel, you need to find 3 more gems.
Yes, that kind of thing. That's what it
Okay.
that's what it turns off.
Oh, thank God that's an option now.
Unfortunately, it doesn't turn off the really annoying things. Just the extremely annoying things.
I didn't get a chance to ask. What does the skin option in the config do?
We'll get to that in 2 videos, I think.
Oh, okay.
I would also like to point out that the first available skill is not any of the attack moves. It's the somersault, which we didn't get until like chapter 4 in the first game.
Interesting.
Which is basically a sign that Dracula is now a lot more mobile. And combat in this game is a lot more about positioning. And also about getting stuck on objects. So this is the new version of the lore. There are also regular scrolls, but this is the other version of the lore, which I really like. And the reason I like it is because it is lore with a bias. These are city memorials put around the city by the Brotherhood of Light, and they are clearly skewed to make the Brotherhood look better.
Well, the victors write history and all.
Yes, very much so. I really like it when lore takes things that are already takes knowledge that's already given to the player and then skews it.
Wait. Does this mean that the Brotherhood are the guys who named Castlevania City?
They are a powerful church militant group who are one of the major government forces in the modern world, yes. I don't know who actually named Castlevania City, though. Alright, so sub-weapons in this game, the ammo system is almost entirely gone. When it comes to daggers, as you can see, they just run on a cooldown timer that eventually regenerates.
Slick. I like that. I'm failing to see a problem with this so far.
We'll get to that. There will be a very problematic section right behind this shutter, actually.
I sense the presence of a Golgoth guard. You are no match for this enemy. Hide.
So yeah, this game has forced stealth. In fact, it has 2 different types of forced stealth.
Huh.
So this is the first one, and the one I actually kind of like. It's when you turn into a rat. You actually turn into 9 different rats.
I was just about to ask if you got to move around as the rats. Oh!
Yes. And if you stand in the Golgoth guard's flashlight for too long, you will stomp on the rats. You have 9 lives. You know what they say about rats and their 9 lives.
Did we just lose a foot? Is that what happened?
You just lose 1 life. And if you lose all of them, it's game over.
God hasn't seen you. Get close to him and use your power of possession, if you remember how to use it.
And this is the other thing. Occasionally you will have to possess other enemies in order to use their special abilities. Usually it's just opening doors.
Okay.
Where's the goofy red hat with eyes?
My blood is destroying this being. I don't have much time.
I don't like this this new design of Cappy. This old design of Cappy, I should say.
Yeah, they really hit it out of the park 3 years later, but
Yeah, it took a while. Yeah, I'm glad Nintendo sanitized it.
Did you actually just have to do that because the button was up too high for Dracula to push it?
It would be very silly if that was the case, but no, it's because there's it's an eye scanner.
Oh,
They need it for the Golgoth guards.
I remember doing that in MGS2.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, there are quotes now for all the character profiles. Not entirely sure why. My favorite part of every Castlevania game is the sluice gates.
Decontamination hatch activated. Releasing cleaning gas. Please do not make sudden movement.
this is we have to unload the previous section, load the new section, Arkham Island style.
Also, if you move during the decontamination procedure, it actually accommodates for that. Critics at the time really did not like the atmosphere and art direction of the modern day sections, which, I don't know, I don't see it.
Yeah, they're wrong. Don't believe anything they say.
It might have been a case of some bad press just for being part of, Lords of Shadow in general.
Well, no, the press really liked Lords of Shadow 1, though, and they were just disappointed with how the franchise turned out. Anyway, this is a new technique called the Bat Swarm, which we can use to distract enemies while in stealth.
You know, I was just about to, jokingly say throw a coin over there, but I guess this is more or less that, huh?
Who needs coins? We've got bats. Also, Dracula will get sparked if you jump over there when the electricity is on there, so don't do that.
Did he find us? Does he have a neck to look up with?
I don't think, with all that bulky armor, I don't think he's capable of moving his neck up.
There's nothing. And I'm late for my Warhammer game.
Somehow they said I was too dumb even to be a Space Marine.
Who are you?
Follow me if you wish to recover your sword.
What kind of miracle is this?
I swear to God, if it's Simon, I'm gonna be pissed, man.
Well, we seem to have been transported, and this is this game's version of the Dual Worlds gimmick. We will be splitting time between the modern day and this weird alternate version of Dracula's castle, which the game never really makes it explicit, but Dracula's castle was outright destroyed in that explosion from the prologue. Like, it's gone.
That would explain why he's just been living in a church.
Yes.
Still waiting to hear back from the homeowners association.
Wait, we have more scrolls written by dying soldiers?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
They have not given up on that.
I have survived thanks to some strange artifacts that hide valuable secrets.
And you get to know what their names are too, which is even better.
Oh yeah.
All right, so now the game is just teaching us how to restore our health. And I love the animations for pretty much everything else coming up here, especially the blood font.
Watermelon.
He spilled like half of that down his shirt. Come on.
Yeah.
Also, this is a pain box.
I mustn't fear. Fear is the mind killer.
So we're going to get health upgrades from that.
4 more and we get a whole Mortal Kombat game.
Clearly, Dracula has never played Silent Hill, so he doesn't know any better than to just stick his arm into random holes whenever he finds it.
It's a toilet. Why would you do that?
Oh, look, there's another pain box right here. Yeah, like I said, they really go heavy with the blood motif.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is more blood in this game than your average creepypasta.
He's just so flippant about his hand getting like stabbed or whatever goes on in the pain box. Just, oh, that's another cut for the hand.
I assume what goes on in the pain box is pain.
You would assume so, but I saw no signs of pain.
He does kind of flinch if you look at his face during the animation.
Am I truly here?
You might as well be, bud.
Like, you know, in the various other 2D games, you know, you have a forest and a desert and, you know, God knows what else within Dracula's castle. And Lords of Shadow 2 just says, okay, we'll go even further.
I appreciate the them trying to rationalize it. What happened with the textures there?
I don't know. This game, the PC version does have an HD texture pack that is unique to the PC version, and it actually looks really good compared to the consoles.
Is it an official one or is it a fan-made HD?
Yeah, it's official.
Okay.
Is this that pack, or is this the stock?
This is I'm using the HD texture pack.
Okay.
Also, oh no, this blood is clotting the gears.
Let me just throw more blood at it to make the blood go away.
I threw my hyper-realistic blood daggers at the blood. These chandeliers, they're terrible. They've got awful physics. I really don't like them. You pretty much have to be fighting like in the opposite direction of where you're supposed to go in order to actually get momentum.
I see what they were going for with this, but I feel like the implementation just makes you want to like hurl the controller.
Yeah, it feels way too scripted for it, for itself, and yet it's like it's not tied to physics at all. It's clearly a scripted, a scripted animation, and yet it doesn't respond well to input at all. Yeah, they're really doling out the paint boxes early.
That's only slightly foreboding.
This is a strange waterfall. I guess we'll come back to it later. Perhaps we're missing some power or something. That's usually how these games go.
Are we gonna get the holy snorkel in this game?
No, that's DLC.
Damn it.
So this is more hub world and Metroidvania style then.
Yeah, I guess it will become more Metroidvania-like as we unlock more abilities.
You'll pay for what you did to me and my mother.
Trevor?
Huh.
Yeah, it was not Simon, it's baby Trevor.
Con!
And just in case you forgot, that's the quote again. I don't know why they put in the quotes. Although, to be fair, for some things like the enemy types, they actually add quotes for characters you don't see anywhere else. So that's kind of interesting.
This one feels like they wanted to keep to a standard, and they didn't have much else to work with that was really defining.
Anyway, we go over here, and I have some trouble here. There, like I said, this goes by the Metroid Prime rules. There's no fall damage anymore, but there are bottomless pits, and you take a small amount of damage when you fall into them.
And then it respawns you where you fell off.
Yeah, I'm playing on hard mode, so it actually has a decent amount of damage when you fall. Curious, Andreas.
Aha, so another sneaking mission.
Sounds like they were on a recon mission at least.
lights on. Don't leave us, my prince. Don't go.
Your base is here. This is your home. We are your children.
We are your true.
So, whatever the fuck this is probably one of my favorite parts of this game's story. And we will see why in the next cutscene.
Let us meet. This is your fault.
Look what you're making us do!
So this is the stone golem, and you'll notice there's some corruption on it.
This golem sounds like an abusive ex. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the point, actually. It's not necessarily the golem who's talking like that. It's that corruption. It is a representation of the castle itself. The castle is alive, as it is in several of the representations of Castlevania, and I just like is probably the wrong term, but I think it's an interesting idea that Dracula's own castle is acting like an angry ex-boyfriend who's trying to gaslight Dracula into staying with them forever and ever.
Well, as they said, the castle is a creature of chaos.
And apparently that chaos is being a tsundere boyfriend.
I think this goes beyond that.
So the stone golem boss fight, it's really good. It kind of reminds me of a more improved version of the Forgotten One fight from the DLC, because you can only attack the parts that are visibly influenced by the corruption. So anything that's red.
You belong to us.
Well, we took care of that, and it left us a present. We will find out what that present is next time.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of controversy regarding that gruesome scene with the family. But because the press were only allowed to play the first hour of the game, this section, which I don't necessarily think is controversial, but I think it's very interesting, this analog between Dracula and his castle as very disturbed exes, I think it's really unique and fascinating, and I think that if Konami or someone else or another company, a better company, were to revisit the Castlevania franchise, I want them to take this plot beat again. I want them to revisit this angle.
House Hunters Wallachia.
Yeah, exactly. Real Housewives of Wallachia.
The house is literally the wife. That's the hook.
Yes, it is. Exactly.
When do we get to the part where Gabriel just has had enough and kicks their ex to the curb and I guess into a solar eclipse?
You know, you might actually be predicting a plot point there. I'm not going to say anything more than that.
It's got to happen after he does the open plan kitchen.
Okay, I don't want to make it seem like we're making fun of domestic abuse, but this is a very interesting angle for a vampire and a castle to have.
It's just weird enough for this series.
It's very unique.
Yeah. Like, and other reviewers at the time were, I think they were more disappointed that this wasn't a more serious story, that this didn't have like the proper closure. But to me, like, the fact that it fails so much in its drama is part of the appeal. It's adorable. I love it. I really appreciate the failure of its drama.
I don't know, like, in hindsight, like, just looking back at the entire Castlevania series, this whole series just lives off being cheesy and schlocky, so this is, like, just perfect for the tone.
Yeah. Please, more of this.